This is Meri at the Atelier, and it is the Friday after Thanksgiving, November 24th, 2023. Welcome to my desk. Welcome to my desk. So today I'm going to work on various projects. It's Friday morning. I don't know. I'm just going to do as much as I can. I can go a little bit longer on Friday morning, so we'll see how it goes. I hope you all have had a really good Thanksgiving day here in the States. And if you're not in the States, I just hope that you've had a good day anyway. So let me get over here and set my tablet. I can't do this until I get online. Set my tablet up. I see Aunt Beck went live yesterday. Of course, I missed that because we were gone most of the day. And let's see. Let me skip the ads. Oh, there's Arlene. Hi, Arlene. There's Rhonda. Hi, Rhonda. Good morning, ladies. Early birds. Early birds. It's good to see both of you. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Let me fix the quality because I always have to do that. And the chat. Welcome to all of you out there. There's Raul. Good morning, Raul. He says, I think that's good day, Meri and everyone. Hi, Teresa. Teresa, how are you doing these days? You've been in my thoughts and prayers. Raul says, hi, Arlene and Jinx. Of course, Jinx is Rhonda. That's her screen name. They're saying good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, well, I'm working in my December daily, which I'm using the Christmas Carol as kind of the basis. And I started watching one of the original Christmas Carol movies. I think it was on YouTube. And so far I've been, I might have to cut this down just a bit for it to fit in here. I've been enjoying my Thanksgiving holiday. I've been documenting Thanksgiving in here. And that's really kind of what I want to do next. This is kind of all about my Christmas celebration or Christmas holidays that I'm sharing with you. And I guess I took out the papers that were in here, didn't I? But I'm using this magazine book that I got on the shelf, and it's a Christmas Carol, and I'm using these as interest pages. Let's see. But what I want to do actually is take this out temporary here. And I want to, this is what I'm going to use for the cover. Now I'll probably have to, because it's going to grow thicker. My journals always grow thicker than the binding can handle. It's a nice binding. But I'm going to paint this red. I was going to use this for a Happy Mail journal, but I generally do not get Happy Mail. I put it in my other journals. I have this book. I've had it around, and I've been sorting upstairs. I'm going to try to bring the Christmas tree down. Of course, it's an artificial tree today, and maybe we can get our Christmas tree put up. Today is Black Friday. Are any of you going Black Friday shopping? Anyway, I brought this down from upstairs, and it's got so many neat. I thought maybe I would get inspired by some of these. This is the introduction about Southern Indiana, how they celebrated a family Christmas. Documented a family Christmas. I was reading that this morning. It was an interesting read. And then it gets into the customs and the craft, the Christmas tree. But I like some of these illustrations that are in here. And I thought it would be fun to, look, there's a Santa Claus, cotton batting Santa Claus. I might get inspired by him. But I thought it'd be fun to draw and watercolor some of these. I don't think I'm going to tear up this book. It's a nice book. Christmas in the Kitchen. Yeah, it gets into all the foods there, of course. A Miserable Merry Christmas, some stories. The Legend of the Christmas Rose. I like the illustrations here. I think I actually was inspired by these. Did some art off of some of these. I think probably last year I did this one on a piece I was going to send to Arlene. I don't think I've ever sent it. There was a bug flying around here. Anyway, I might come back to that book. But I want to get started on just painting this red, the yellow red. And I don't mind if some of the yellow shows through. I'm enjoying this little willow tree figurine that I found at the thrift store. So I'm keeping her out kind of over Thanksgiving. Let's get some wax paper out. So my goal for today, I think, is to bring down the Christmas tree and clean off a spot for it. And that's going to be a job. It'll probably take me all day. But that's the way it goes. Now I think I better wet the table down here. So, what are y'all doing this weekend? How are you celebrating your holiday? Or your weekend? It's a holiday here in the States. Oops, oops. Well, there goes something on the floor. But when I wet this, of course this is a glass top, so I can do that. When I wet this down, it keeps my wax paper from moving. And I have a terrible time with that moving around. Those were erasers that I knocked off on the floor. All right, I need some red paint. Red paint. Let's see, I think I have some of this. Oh, that's Georgia clay. Tuscan red that I'm using up. I think it was Karen K that sent me a whole bunch of Tuscan red. Cherry red. I'm looking for it in the Georgia clay again. Tuscan red. That's what I'm going to do. Let's look at chat. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. And Raul, when we get a few more people in here, I'll talk about the Streamathon again. Raul and Miriam, MNW, are hosting the New Year's Streamathon this year. Have you filled all the slots yet? I'm going to be talking about it from now until the end of December. And if I forget, someone remind me. I'm kind of unbuttoning my sleeve here so I don't get red paint on this blouse. Teresa says she's going off to the balcony. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Nina. Good morning, ladies. There are some open time slots yet, Raul says. So if you stream, or even if you want to start streaming, you might get with Raul or Raul Reynolds or MMW. They're both online. It's not hard to find them. And set up a time for the Streamathon. Yeah. That will happen December 31st, January 1st, and I think Raul opened it January 2nd for, I'm not sure exactly all the slots because I haven't been out there to look. Joyce is here. Did I say good morning, Joyce? Thank you, Arlene. Arlene dropped the link to Raul's Streamathon post, so go check that out. But remember, this early in the game, things may change. They usually do. So keep that link handy. I'm going to put this one back and open up this one. This is a new one. Let's see, who haven't I said good morning to? Nina's here. Good morning, Nina. Arlene. Teresa's up in the balcony. Joyce popped in. Rhonda. Rhonda said, I just got home. I ran to Walmart. Gosh, is it open that early? Woo. Oh, because of Black Friday. Black Friday. Yep. I will probably do a little Amazon shopping later on today. I'm not sure. I'm wanting a pair of shoes, loafer shoes, but I'm kind of hesitate about buying them online. So, but I'm also not wanting to go out today. I'm kind of tired of, and I'll talk about that later when I do a page in here. We had a good Thanksgiving. We went out to my nephew, and his wife hosted us at a restaurant where they like to go. And I'll talk about that. I'm going to do a page because I want to document my holiday. And for you guys, but also for me, so that 3 years from now, when I look back at what did I do that year for Thanksgiving, I will have it documented. But to put it in a nutshell, we had a nice dinner, nice time of visiting, nice to be out and about. So I'm going to do a page on that in this journal, but I kind of want to get and I might put something on this side. We'll see what I wind up with. But right now I'm just going to paint it. And this Tuscan red, I think I got from Karen Kay. I think she had some sent to me, and somehow she found out that the bottles had been opened or something, or they didn't make it in the mail. They made it to me, but they were kind of in bad shape. And even before I got them, Karen had ordered 2 more for me. So I got 4 bottles of 2 ounces of Tuscan red, which, all right, I'll use it. Especially for the holiday season here. See, doesn't that look more like a Christmas journal starting to happen here? Yeah. A holiday journal, a December daily. And what I decided I was going to do was tell my story. I'm calling it a Meri, M-E-R-I, Christmas. And I'm just going to talk about how we don't do much, but we do enough. But today, like I said, I'm going to try to get up there and bring the Christmas decorations down, and that means I've got to clear a spot for them. Oh my, I might take a nap first. I might take a nap first. So all I'm doing is putting just a plain coat of Tuscan red on the outside of this journal. I thought maybe some of the gold would show through, but I think I'm getting pretty good coverage. So there you go. If I want gold on it, I'll put gold on top of the red. We'll see what happens here. So nothing earth-shakingly artistic, just painting the cover red. I've tried to do a little tatting when I got home yesterday. I made 2 more Christmas wreaths. I started putting Mod Podge on my Christmas wreaths the other day in my stream, and I had 3 of them out, and I can't find 2 of them. I found 1 of them. They're around here someplace. So I said, well, if I want 30, I'm going to have to make 2 more. And then I thought if they showed up, I'll have 32, but I want to see if I can't get a few more done this weekend. I'm only going to work until December 5th on those wreaths. So I'll stop when I hit the 5th because I need to get them done. And that's about all the tatting that I've been doing. Tatting is a new skill for me. And I was thinking about picking up new skills. It's always good. Let me get covered it up. I smeared here where I didn't want to. Oh, I guess there's only a little there. I smeared on this. So I guess I can, no, oh, I see what's going on. Hold on. Let me clean this off. It's got a open banner up there at the top. Of course, I'm going to get all yucky. And actually, that's the bottom. I got the book upside down. So I want to get this cleaned off here. And I really don't mind if I get a little bit of red in here. But I kind of want to keep that bottom border. Let's push it up a little and do this. Yeah. And I don't mind if it gets a little bit of red on the, in fact, I'm thinking about just kind of doing some dry brushing here. Clean my brush off a little. And I'm going to put a picture or something in there. Alrighty. That's really okay. Hold the phone. Let me throw this away. I want to work on my tree today. I want to get that done, my little paper tree. I don't know if I'll get it done, but I want to work on it. So I can't clean a little bit more of this off. All right, that's good enough. I'm going to throw that away again. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and set it aside, let it dry. I'm going to pick it up from the bottom here. The table's still wet. Where am I going to put it? Right here. It won't take long for it to dry. Got paint on my hands. And we did get some more paper towels for in here. Got a big old roll of them. I'm still using off the little roll. Okay. So let me come out and look at chat. I want to welcome you all in. Hi, Pam. Good morning, Pam. Did Carlana come in here? Hi, Carlana. Good morning. Good morning. Raul says, Meri, you can show it in the screen, the list. You can show it in the screen. Now. Raul is talking about this. Hold on. Oh. Got to get the extension cord over here. Come on, don't be messing with me. Cords. All righty. Oh, I unplugged it anyway after trying to be so careful. Raul's Streamathon. Well, I don't see the schedule though on here, but this is, he said, this is the post for the next Streamathon, hosted by Miriam, Art Curious, MMW. And in a couple days, we will post this, we will promote this Streamathon. You are all invited to one of the Streamathons or as an attendee. The more, the merrier. The stream is on Sunday, December 31st, 2023, and January 31st. All the time slots are in Eastern Time, Standard Time, USA time. For more information, please contact Miriam or I on social media accounts. And then he gives a lot of the notifications there. For those whom I did not tag, you can be tagged in the comments down below. Let's have an amazing and colorful Streamathon. But I don't see the schedule itself here, Raul. Let's see. Is it here? Yeah, here it is. It's in, the schedule itself is in Raul's pinned comments. The time slots are all in USA Eastern Standard Time. The first person pick, which means that if you want a time zone and if you see it's open, you go say, Raul, I want that open time zone. But they look like a lot of them have filled up. Sunday, December 31st, I will be, the Meri Atelier will be streaming at 5:30 to 6:45. That's Eastern. And then Chris, Kalua, and Art Curious by Miriam, PM Artist Studio, Shannon Art Junkie, Xander Cudahy, Jasper. There is an open time slot on Sunday, December 31st so far, from 7 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern. That's a good time. That's kind of prime time if anybody's interested on December 31st. And then Ann Lar at 11 p.m. to, I don't see any continuation there. I see dots. I'll get rid of this. Then on Monday, oh, I see. It starts from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. and still streaming on January 1st. So Anne is taking the midnight time slot. So she'll be welcoming in the new year, and Lar will be. And then there's some available time slots on 1 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. And those are the wee morning hours. Those are the hours that when I was hosting this, I had a lot of trouble filling it, Raul, if you're listening. You might contact, if you still want to fill those time slots, if you want to contact somebody, you might try Amazon Tammy. She jumped in around that time. She's over in Australia. But those wee morning hours are kind of hard hours to fill. But there we go. Raul will be drawing from 5:30 a.m. on Monday, January 1st, from 5:30 to 6 a.m. And then Dana and Beth Schuler and Dee Dee will come in on New Year's Day from 8:30, which is Monday, which is her regular time. Dee Dee from 8:30 to 11:30. Janet Nash from 11:30 to 1 p.m. Janet Young from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Darcy Sander, she's new to me, from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eddie's new to me. Malia from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then Serenity Diana. And then there's an available time slot from, there's available time slot on Monday evening, January 31st from 9 to 12. And then on Tuesday, Miriam and Raul will be closing the stream slot. We'll be closing it out sometime on Tuesday. But there are some other, if you want to stream on Tuesday, there are a couple of open time slots. So there's one on Sunday from 9 p.m. Oh, not from 9 p.m. Did I see one in there that was open? Yeah, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Sunday evening. And there's on Monday, on the really early mornings, if you happen to be over international, over in the UK, and you're interested, those time slots for us are the wee morning hours. But for you, you're 6 hours ahead of us. So if you're interested in streaming, get in touch with Raul. Or he might be able to schedule you. There's a time slot on Monday evening from 9 p.m. to 12 p.m. too. And if you want to stream on Tuesday, you might get in touch with Raul. He might be able to set you up with something. So there you go. There's a lot going on. I think Raul and Miriam have done a good job of this. It looks pretty easy, like, just put me in this, or, I'll volunteer, I'll do it. But there's a lot more to it than that. There's keeping track of people, and, sometimes people say I'll do it and then they can't, and you're looking for maybe somebody to fill it in, and, there's just, it's not an easy thing to coordinate everybody. So I think Raul and Miriam are doing a terrific job. We thank them for stepping up to the plate. I did it, let's see, it was the musical scrapper who was doing it for the Ustream gals. She did it for a year or two, I think, when they came to YouTube. And then I did it for a couple years after the musical scrapper did. And then last year, Paint Girl took over. And this year, Miriam and Raul stepped up to the plate to host it. So get in touch with Raul if you're interested in participating in the actually streaming on the Streamathon. Other than that, check out the schedule on Raul's channel. Arlene dropped a link, so follow the link. Let me come back to my stream, refresh my chat here. Follow the link and make some time and watch some of the folks doing their art over, starting off the new year with art, which is a good way to do it. And there we go. Jean. Yeah, I think Jean was the musical scrapper, if that's what you're talking about. Is that Mary Lou Antilope? Hi, Mary Lou. Happy Thanksgiving. And Riri, happy Thanksgiving to you. I hope you ladies are having a terrific Thanksgiving weekend. Yeah, I think Jean was the name of the musical scrapper, if that's what you're referring to. And there, Becky just popped in. Hi, Becky. I see you streamed yesterday. I just noticed that as I was signing on. I need to go out, and I like to watch Becky's streams. I need to catch up with her Wanderlust, but I'm not going to work on that today. What I want to do is another page. I kind of want to get this ready to sew together, and but I want to work on another page in here, and I find what I did with my pages that I'm inserting here. This is the first page, and I'm going to use these pages as seeing I'm going to sew right down here and catch on to this. But I need to get it put together. But I want to document on here, and this is primarily for me, so that in the future years, what's this? Did I have a pen in here to hold this while I stitch? A couple years from now, I'll remember what I actually did on Thanksgiving Day. So what I thought I would do, and I might turn it and work in because I'm deciding whether I want to keep this. If I keep this double, I have to allow for a 1/2 inch here. And let me just draw in pencil. A 1/2 inch. So I don't, and I just do it lightly. It can be erased if I want. So I think what I'm going to do is I've got the card table set out in the dining room, and I've got to move all that stuff so we can put the Christmas tree up in there. But I don't have any room in here for my, oh, I got that all off. I don't have any room in here for my sewing machine. So I think I'm going to take it out in the kitchen temporary until I sew all these bindings on. But I think I'm going to do my Thanksgiving page in landscape mode. And I want a piece of paper in between. Hold on, let me get some scrap paper to put in there. Hold on. Lift up my bod here. The cord's in the way again. I keep continually running over that cord with my chair, but I can't put it in any specific place because I need to move it around. So how many of you are sending out Christmas cards this year? I thought I'd make some Christmas cards. All right, I marked this up here. Looks like I also marked it there, but we'll open this up and put this in here to catch my ink marks. And what I want to do is, we were invited out for Thanksgiving meal. And what I want to do is just kind of sketch some, because we were in a restaurant, we had a reservation. And let's put here. And I just want to sketch some figures here. And they'll be kind of representing, this is me. I was sitting right at the end over here. And I'll just kind of put my, and of course I have my hair. I was thinking about getting my hair cut. I'm still debating. I still wear it in that little bun up at the top, which is probably kind of messy. And kind of the back of me here. And let's see, what did I wear yesterday? I just wore my gray outfit. So I just had a sweater. I have a gray sweater that I wear. And so I'm sitting here. Here's the chair. And we'll just put a chair. And then my brother, I get the biggest kick out of him. My brother was sitting next to me. And he did go get his hair cut. I have to give him credit for that. But he wears his hat. And he won't take it off. I noticed that men do not take off their caps in the restaurant these days. I'm going, you're supposed to take your cap off in the restaurant. He just, but he has his cap. It kind of comes to a point like that. I get the biggest kick out of his cap. And I'm always pushing it down. You know, I like to see it around his head, but it kind of comes up into a point. It's a camouflage hunter's cap. I get the biggest kick out of him and his cap. And we'll just put him there. And he's got a beard that we're trying to get him to trim it. And he likes his big long beard. He thinks it's cool. So he's sitting next to me here. And we'll put his chair there. So here we are. And I'm going to leave room in here to write. And then across from the table, let's see, over here was my nephew's wife's mother. Her name is Judy. And she's sitting next to, I got to leave some room because I need 2 more chairs down here. She's sitting next to my brother. I'll just put a chair in there. And she's a little bit smaller lady, and she's got short curly hair. And I'm just doing the backs here, so I'm not trying to. So she's sitting here. And then next to her is the fiance. I just learned that they got engaged. I learned that yesterday. My nephew's wife's brother and his fiance are sitting down here, and I'm going to have to kind of squeeze them in, but we'll get them on there. And he doesn't wear a hat, so he's good. He's sitting here. I might need to make his head a little bigger, maybe. And so he's sitting here. I think there were 10 of us, and then she's sitting beside him, and I'm going to kind of squeeze her in here, and I think I can't remember how long her hair is. I want to say it's longer than it's at least shoulder length. So she's sitting here beside him, and I'm squeezing him in down there. So here we are, and then across the table, and we can they had a Thanksgiving buffet, so we all ate what we wanted to eat. And so over here was my nephew, and he's a man. He's a pretty large sized fellow. He's a football player. He's got the build of a football player. Let's put it that way. So he's sitting here. Beside him is my grandniece, and she's got this really pretty. She's the 7th grader. She's got long hair. They're all wearing long hair, and her face isn't that long. And I think her hair is parted in the center. I think she wears it down like that. And so she's sitting there, and I'm just kind of putting in a figure there. It isn't saying that it looks like her. And then beside her is her mother, and that's my nephew's wife. And she's sitting here, and I think her hair is long too. We'll just make it long. And I can't remember. I got to be more observant. And then beside her, over on this side, is this is my nephew. Of course, he's bigger. She's really much smaller here. I got to bring this down a little, because he's a football player. He needs to be bigger. That's what's going on here. All right. And then this is my nephew. This is my grandniece. And this is my nephew's wife. And this is her brother and her mother. And her brother's fiance has a son, and he's sitting over here. And he's got glasses on. Let's see. I like him. He's a nice guy. He always has an answer for everything. Took me a while to get to know them. But he's sitting over here, and I'm just kind of putting in a figure. And then his girlfriend, and I know she has long hair and glasses. She's sitting beside him, and I'm putting them close together. Oh, all righty. Yeah, and I'm just putting in figures. And there's probably less room in here. I mean, they're probably closer together, but that's kind of, that was the folks at our Thanksgiving dinner. And now let's put some plates on here. There's a plate and a, you know, the glasses, the drinks, the plates. And you can't see them all, but I had coffee. I enjoyed my coffee. My nephew had this, what did he have? I think they drank water and iced tea. My brother had iced tea, and you can't see all the plates. But we had a nice Thanksgiving at the restaurant. I'm just going to put some circles on there. And of course, this was a booth back here. They're all sitting behind a booth. And then behind, now this is where the binding's going to go here. So behind here, this all opened up into a restaurant area. We kind of were over into a little side room over here. And there were other people at the restaurant. I'm just going to put in some figures in here. I mean, they were quite busy, but I want to put in a tree and maybe some decorations. I'm not sure. There were quite a few people seated at the restaurant. I'm just going to put in scratches of people in here. And it was buffet style. And you come around here and you'd go walk way back in there, and the restaurant goes way back here and way back there. And they had their buffet over here. Oh my goodness. I had salmon. I'm going to put some plates in here. I had salmon. But they had brisket and turkey, and they had all sorts of things. Yeah, let's see. I can't remember all the, let's put a wreath up here. And, you know, there was just a lot going on over in here. And I'm just putting in scratches here to help my memory. All right, so that was our Thanksgiving buffet, and we had a nice time visiting with each other. It was a nice visit. More things on the, well, look, I'm all out of perspective here. This is the buffet. I started putting plates on the seat here. The table's down here. So I just kind of want to splash some color on here. It doesn't have to be perfect. What did I do with them? I think I'll use these over here today because they're handy. And they're, I'm talking about these. And throw that little cup over here someplace. And I lost it. Hold the phone. I must have. I don't know what I did with it. I don't really care for these little cups. Even though it's flat on the bottom, it's kind of bowl shaped. And I'm always knocking it over. And see, I think I'm done with my Tuscan red. Let me grab a towel and clean that off a little. As much as I can. And let me get another towel for my watercolor. And, you know, this will be something I'll look back on personally. And remember when we all went out to eat. It was further on down the road from my nephew's house, probably about an hour or so. So he took us there, had a nice drive. I kind of chuckled because my memories of my nephew, of course, is when he was younger, like a 5-year-old. And here he is driving his car, and we're sitting in there. And I'm going, when did he grow up? When did he grow up? All right, I'm going to use this a larger brush to put in the background. And I need to squirt my water. And I need my water spritzer. We'll spritz these watercolors. And it was a nice meal. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the company. I enjoyed visiting with them. My grandniece is growing up. She's growing up. All right. So what am I? Let's see. Let's put in some background. I'm just going to kind of make this a neutral color back here. So kind of a, now I have to get these up closer. I want kind of a grayish color back in the background, and I'm just going to kind of just smish some colors in here. Yeah. So this is kind of a memory for me. Getting some browns in there. Let's put a little bit of white in there. And this is copy paper, so it is going to, it's going to warp a little. All right, and we'll put some, let's put some tan on that. And it isn't going to be true to life. And I don't remember the tables being any specific color. I think they were just kind of like a brown color, but I'm just going to put in some marks here for tables. Back in here, just kind of swish in, get it. And this is all in the background. Now, I think the seating itself was kind of a tan orangish color in here. Maybe a little bit more brown than that. If I can get a hold of it. In between here. And then there was a, I'm going to use this kind of a ledge here. And it probably had decorative items on it that I didn't observe. But this back in here is a whole nother area. And then we were seated on chairs here. Chairs. And I'm just kind of putting in just some color dabs, really, to represent the chairs. You know, I'm not trying to be ultra realistic here. My brother sitting here and me in here. And don't ask, I wore gray, but I think I'm going to, my brother probably had a tan coat on, which is going to go right. I'm going to put some greens in there if I can find, make it more of a greenish blue there. And she wore blue. I think she had kind of a gray outfit on too, and he had a light blue striped. Trying to remember what everybody wore. Let's grab, I know she had black on. She wears black. She looks good in black. So we'll put her in there. And I think this gal over here had white on, but, and I wore gray, which kind of a lightish gray, probably about the color over here. I had gray on. And gosh, it's kind of a challenge to remember what everybody wore. I think she had a light top on, but her hair is kind of a honey brown. And I'm not trying to get facial characteristics or anything like that. Her hair is dark. That was blue. Where's my black? And I'm just kind of putting in, and he doesn't have hair on. Brown over here, which is black. I got it still on my brush. Doesn't matter. And probably a dark color here, and her hair is long, brown again. We're just putting in figures there. It's just to remind me. And I'm just kind of getting this. I'm going to cut off here for journaling. So now that I have all that kind of blocked in, let's do the table in kind of a neutral color here. And I'm just going to kind of, yeah, more blocking stuff in here. And it's very sketchy. It's very, yeah. I'm not trying very hard to get a realistic representation. I just want to get a reminder. That's all this is. All right, now I really do think the walls were kind of a gray, and I hate mixing stuff. I don't have a good gray. No walls in here. And let's put that tree in. And you know, there was a lot of Christmassy stuff that I just, it's in the background and you look at it, but you don't think about it too much. This was a ledge in here. I'm just going to kind of fill it in there. And the tables did not have tablecloths on, but I think I'm going to make them red just for the fun of it. Just put in some red tables in here. That represent what a restaurant might have. All right, and this is all going to be blending in. All right, I'm going to stop with color and hit it with the heat gun. And it's not meant to be any more than just a memory. That's what this is. It's a memory of our day yesterday. And that might be what I'll document down here. And I'm not going to put faces in. I'm just going to, where's my pen here? What did I do with it? Slid off of the table, did it? It's not here. I don't know what I did. I put it back in here. Where am I? What I do with stuff, it slides around on me. Put that one back in there. All right, let's start this. And I didn't give him a coat. And maybe I should do this in black, in the darker 10 plus gear. Which is not this. What I do with stuff. How can I get this stuff out and then I can't find it again? It's my X-Acto knife. That goes in the drawer. This is what I want. So what you're watching me do is a memory of our Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm just going to have, you know, seated people. They're, you know, they're moving around eating and talking, and we're not just sitting there all prim and proper, but this, like I said, it's just kind of a memory. And here's her hair. She's going, is that me, Meri? Yep. My brother's hat. Makes him look like an elf. And he's got this beard. He looks like an elf there. And here's me with my hair clip. And put my ear there. And of course, we're facing each other. And my chair. And Judy. She's got curly hair in her neck and like that. I'm giggling at my chair. All right. And he's here. He's really got more broad shoulders than what I have. And here again, my plate's got, my table got out of perspective here. He's got a plate on his t-shirt. And he's got glasses. And these don't look anything like them. They just represent characters. In fact, I think they would, and I think she has glasses on too. They don't want them to look like, him. And then this is seating here. And it kind of, a booth. All right, and then the Christmas tree in the back. And people back in here seated and all sorts of chairs. And tables and more people. And it's actually more crowded than this. This only shows a few tables. They go way back in here. And there's all sorts of stuff going on here. And this is actually a wall. This will be my... I'll have that going across there. Now, I think I want to blend all this background in, and I'm going to keep this as journaling here. And I don't think I'm going to do too much more to it, except for blend that in with maybe a... I hate to use gray again. Maybe a yellow ochre in here, just to push it into the background here. Well, that's more, it's not really an ochre, it's a yellow. My yellow ochre is there in the other set of watercolors. Meri's talking to herself. To grab this up here and come this way. All right, that's just a memory for me. That's all it is. So let's document. November, and I guess I'll write with this because it shows up better. November 23rd, 2023. The Abrams family and extended family. And spent a very nice Thanksgiving dinner. My brother's out there wandering around. Hosted by my nephew. These two paid for it all, and I think he paid for some of it. We offered, they wouldn't take it. My nephew and his wife at a very nice restaurant. And I'm just going to say, enjoying each other's company. And that's all. And this is just a memory. Let's put Oh, someplace I want to put in here memory sketch. That's still wet. Let's get rid of this. These back in here. Hold on. Let me put this aside. Let it dry. And let my heat run out again. I'm talking to myself. Her hair is not that tall. That's a goofy. These are just figures that kind of represent them. They're not meant to be actual portraits of them. This kind of represents our time out. You notice I didn't put much on the table there. They had a lot of food. I had more than I could handle. Let's put some plates and cups and bowls and my brother's hat. My hair. I had a cup of coffee. I'm just filling in stuff here. All right, I think I'm pretty happy with it. It's just a memory. It's just a memory. Oh, I was going to put memory sketch. And I want to say, it was about an hour drive there and an hour drive back. I didn't drive, but even riding, it made me tired. And by the time we got home, and then my brother and I had another, maybe a half-hour drive home to where we live. And by the time we got home, we were both tired. I was, you know, even though I was not driving or not hosting, I was tired by the time I got home. And, you know, it was like being out. Have you ever been out and about all day, spending time with your family and everything, or going shopping or whatever you do, and you come home and you go, oh, it's so good to be home. It was, you know, it was warm in here when we came home, and it was just good to be back home. And I was thinking, you know, there's a lesson in there, especially for those of you that are of the, I got the glossy paint. I didn't want that. Hold on, I'm looking for my buttermilk paint here. This is it. Yes. When we get up there to the pearly gates, we're going to feel the same way, is what I'm saying. We're just going to go, it's so good to be home. I was thinking about that when I got home yesterday. I thought, you know, that's how it is when you finally reach your glory. You're going to say, it's so good to be home. And, you know, go take a nap or go rest. And that was my thought. For that, somebody out there in chat is meant to hear that. So if you're the person, take note. You know, we spend a lifetime down here learning our lessons and, you know, spending our life. And we're going to, when we finally get up there to our pearly gates, so to speak, whatever your belief is, our belief is if you believe in salvation through Jesus, and those of you who know, I don't want to preach at you, but when we finally get to heaven, we're going to sit back and say, it's so good to be home. It's so good to be home. So if you've lost a loved one, and you know they're up in heaven with the Lord, just remember that they're home. They're home after their long trip away from home. And they're comfortable, they're resting, they're home. They're out of pain. And I know several of you have lost loved ones in the last couple years. We've lost a couple. My sister's gone, my parents are gone. My brother's ex-wife, who was like a sister to me, and her parents, they've all passed away. And I don't even like the word passed away. They went home. They're home. Wherever their home is, they're home. I've been thinking about that since yesterday. Got home and, it's just a good feeling to be home. It's where you have all your art supplies, and it's where you're comfortable. It's where you've been living. And if you go out and you're away for a while, you go away, you go visiting somebody, even if you're gone for a day, you go shopping, you come back and you're, gosh, it's good to be home. I'm going to make me a cup of tea. Of course, I wasn't hungry anymore after that meal, but I did pretty good. I had salmon. I didn't have to eat any red meat, and they had a nice salad. But it was good to get home. All right, so that's my memory. That's going to go in my journal as a memory sketch. I kind of wish that showed up more. I'm going to play, if I can. If I can. No, it's not going to let me. It looks like it was coming. Let me grab a towel here. Yeah. Gotta play. Gotta play. I'm ready for some more coffee. I've already had, well, probably about a half cup. I haven't drank all my morning coffee yet, but boy, I'm ready for some more. Okay. I bored you enough about that, but I wanted to get it documented. And this is for me. This is for my memory. This is when I look back on yesterday, 5 years from now, I'll remember this day. All right, I'm going to put it over here, and let's work on the tree. Hold on. Let me get paper out. I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I tore the other one. And let's get some paper. And I painted the, hold the phone. It's over here. I painted the base of the tree. And my brother, excuse me, I hit it with the, my brother cut this off for me, so I should be able to get these down. Over. And then whoops, I hit my camera, I'm sorry. So I'm going to put cotton batting, or maybe even one of those doilies around here. Probably both. These are going to come down here. I'm going to hot glue them on here. Get that hot glue in there. Right now I'm just going to let it set. Maybe I'll let all of these sit for, maybe I'll put them on there just to get them on there. Let's see where I'm going because it's 2 feet high. It's going to be a pretty tree once I get them all on there. Oh, we could let these come way down. And of course, when I hot glue them, I'll hot glue them one at a time. Move this back up a little. Now, it depends on how much room I want to leave in between. In the book, they leave maybe a couple inches. Now, I was watching, Teresa Church sent me a video, and it was a smaller tree. But I was watching it, and they put a stopper in here between the, and they made, I think they just made a little round cardboard thing, or had a little round cardboard tube. But I might have to put paper, make a little paper tube and put around in there. But let me put these on here. Let me fold it this way and put them on. And I still have to get over that hump there, so I'm just kind of squeezing it in. Whoops! This thing is hitting my camera. I'm giving you guys a ride. Sorry about that. Got another hump there. So I'm just going to thread these on, and we're going to make some more. I want to get this done. And you guys, you know that thread that I was so disappointed in? I think that I can use that on here too, and just kind of lightly just drape it around. I don't know. I know I can make a cone tree with it. I want to use it up. I was so disappointed that it was rotten thread. All right, now this is all pushed down to the bottom, but it's kind of holding them in place for me. And I'm going to take this and set it aside and cut some more. Where's the aside? All right, so I have a pattern here that I'm cutting them from. I have a lot over here. I have a pattern, and I'm going to make a couple more, I think, of that size, and then I'm going to make some medium and small ones. So I've been using this multimedia. You can get this Grumbacher multimedia paper at Walmart. And that's what I've been using. Now let's grab out 4 sheets to start with. I want to get it done. I want to work on my Santa Claus. There's a lot I want to get done. But after I get this out, let me come out and welcome you folks in. I've been in my world. I get in my world when I get working on my art. Let me refresh my chat. Refresh chat. Hi, Riri. Hi, Kitty Jen. Good morning, ladies. Thank you, Jen. You're such an encourager. It's just a memory sketch. That's all it is. It's not meant to be a painting or even a good drawing. It's a memory. Hi, Roy. Roy said, I make crochet cones of different sizes and stack them on a dowel with wooden beads as spacers. Oh, wooden beads, that would be cool. Yeah, I was thinking of that tatting, those wreaths that I've been making. If you stack them all up, I'm going, boy, it's starting to make a nice tree. It does sound adorable, doesn't it, Arlene? Kitty Jen says hi, and you're welcome. Let's see. Where did Roy? I like to read where Roy came in at. Cool memory sketch. Mine too, Roy. I just love being here. Oh, Riri. Arlene, you're his home. Arlene says, my fella goes to his nephew's and eats like an oinker. Calls me on his long drive home to stay awake. So he spends time with his nephew. I think it's important if you have family nearby to spend some time with them on Thanksgiving. It's kind of all about family in a way, but not only about family, because, you know, I've had many Thanksgivings where I didn't spend time with family. It just kind of depends on where you are in your life. You can be thankful for what you have no matter where you are. So, but if you have family, spend some time with them, or try to. It's not possible for everybody. So let's see. Becky said that was our Monday this week. Let's see what Becky's saying here. Becky said, be right back. Got to go make something for Scott to eat. And she said, I just put a couple of pimento cheese sandwiches into the toaster oven. That will be our breakfast. And then she said, that was our Monday this week. Let's see I'm not sure what she's talking about. Kitty Jen says, hi. What's Meri drawing? Hi, Chris. Oh, no, your breakfast is broken. Roy said, what happened, Chris? Becky said, I just want to cook for 3 of us for Christmas. Well, that's good too. That's spending time with your family. You know, it doesn't have to be 800 people. The 3 of you. And that's good. We'll probably get together for Christmas. But, you know, we don't, yeah, you know. Chris said, hi, Meri. And hi, everyone in the balcony. I'm fixing breakfast. Chris said she's fixing breakfast. And then as Roy said, oh, Chris, is your breakfast broken? Oh, Roy, you're a hoot. Chris said she was fixing breakfast, meant that she was making breakfast. And she said, I'm fixing breakfast. And Roy says, is your breakfast broken? Roy said he's stuffed. They had a lot of food for 5 people. Roy's waving to Pam, Arlene, Aunt Beck, Riri, Mrs. G. I miss Mrs. G coming in. Mrs. G, if you're out there, good morning. Auntie Loopy, Joyce, and Raul. Roy says, happy post-tea day to Meri and all you stuffed atelierettes. I hope you all had a blessed day. It was a good day, but you know, I was glad to get home. I was glad to get home. Becky says, no grandchildren here, and I don't think there will ever be, as Greg is going to stay on his own. He's getting set in his ways and doesn't understand compromise in relationships. Now, I don't know, Becky. He meets the right gal, he might compromise. We never know. We never know what corner is around in 2 blocks down the road. He might surprise you someday, Becky, and said, Mom, meet my wife. We eloped this weekend. That's where I was, why I didn't come home. I'm designing Becky's future for her. Becky could say, when's the kid due? Oh, Becky, I'm teasing you. I think Becky would enjoy some grandchildren to sew for. But in the meantime, she makes these wonderful dresses for Dress-A-Girl Project. You know, Becky, I kind of sympathize because I don't have any grandchildren. I have my grandniece, but you know, not everybody is meant to have a big family. I'm not even going to go any further with that. All right. Scott will want breakfast, but I'm not really hungry at all right now, Becky says, and I have no desire to cook anything. Dehydration gives its only special scare, too. Never had my heart jumping all over like that before. Terrifying. Yes, our bodies know where our brain, before our brain does. What? Becky says, let's see. Riri says, I've had my blood sugar plummet a couple of times. You feel so freaking sick. I thought I was dying. Oh, Riri. Arlene says, people make a lot of fun about low blood sugar, but it isn't fun. I blacked out a few times before they figured it out. Huh. Hats on the inside drive Scott mad. It kind of bothers me, too. I think it's polite for men to take off their hats, but I've noticed that a lot of them don't anymore. A lot of them don't. And that, yeah, I have to say it kind of bothers me. But what are you going to do? Go up there and push their hat off their head? Got to keep the peace. All right, I'm just going to kind of trace around this. We're going to do a couple more of these. Yeah, I agree with Scott, Becky, on that one. I think it's polite for men to take off their hat, especially when they're in a big social gathering. Now, if it was, well, not even then. So, Mary's just running off at the mouth again. But we did have a good time. I think my nephew had his hat on too, if I remember right. All right. Let's cut this. And I think if I remember right, if I cut the tops and the bottoms first, I get all the little stuff. And this is just going to be a paper tree. I want a couple more large ones, and then I'm going to start with the small and medium and small ones. And if I remember right, I brought some of this curving in more than... All right, let's go down here and cut some off of here. Let's just cut that off. I'm talked out. I don't know what else to say. I'm talked all about our yesterday. I'm working on my December daily. I haven't done much desk journaling. And my November desk journal, my October one was really full, and I have that autumn, the pages I did for the autumn journal. So I have a feeling my November and December desk journal is going to be pretty sparse. Because I'm working on all this other stuff. I've been working on the Wanderlust journal. I want to catch up with Becky. She did a flower garden page, and I haven't done that yet. I've done the image transfer, and I don't know what I did with it. It came out pretty darn good. I might have folded it up and put, no, I don't have a sense that I folded it back up, though. One more here. It's kind of big. Oh, what happened there? It buzzed at me. My tablet buzzed at me. It said, All right, let's see what I have here. This isn't coming out. No. All right, I'm gonna make a little notch over here. It went flying. So I was going to do these offline, but I have to tell you, when I say I do stuff offline, I never quite get to it. There we go. All right. And I'm just going to toss scraps here. I kind of want to put that journal together so I can get those stripes, those edges. What time is it? Let's stop and do that. I got to switch out my doing because I get bored. All right, so I gotta find things I want. I bought some Christmas napkins. I bought some tissue paper. And let's see what I want to do, because I have 98 pages here. I think I'm going to have to cut this down a little. So this. That's dry enough. Hold on. I want to keep my pages in order here. So this is my first page, and I'm going to put on some of these flip pages. And then I want Thanksgiving, I'm going to document this. This is going to have to be cut, but it goes in there. And then this. And I think I'm going to leave this double. Yeah, and this. And that's kind of, this is me figuring out stuff. I don't know what it was I figuring. Oh, those strips. All right, see, I've got 98 pages in here to, I have these flip pages. What did I do with those? Hold on. They're here. They're down below. Where did I put all that stuff? These. Let's see. We'll start with one of these. I'll just flip it in there. I could put it this way or that way. I'll decide when I sew it together. Let's just take this out of the package here. Got quite a bit of them. Could make some tags, but that's for later. Alright. And then I want to grab one of these white ones. These for tags. I'll be making some tags, hopefully. I get bored working on just one thing. And, you know, I have some Christmas paper. Let's open this up too. I'll put some Christmas paper in there. What are you going to do on, I might end up telling a fib-diggity story. Oh, do on 98 pages. Doesn't mean I have to put something between every page. I'm opening this up. I want to build the journal so that I can use it. And I have stamps that I want to carve. I have too much to do. It keeps me busy. This is Hobby Lobby. I think this is from a previous year. They were selling it on sale. Because I think I used this, some of this last year, I think. That's the problem. I work on these journals and I don't get them all done, but let's see. Christmas paper. Let's take one of each color. There's this. I want to make some Christmas cards. These are sleighs. They almost look like bugs to me, but they're sleds. Take one of those. And a tree. And that doesn't mean I'm going to work on all of these pages. Santa Claus. Just pulling out one of each. This is stamps and Christmas writing, snowflakes, plaid, gingham, lights, holly, cards, postcards, flowers, more Christmas cards, straps, call it wrapping paper, pine cones, poinsettias, plaid again, and that's it. All right. So let's grab this one, put it there, and now these I can leave alone, or I could put a, I've got a Did that come off of Penelope? I think it did. Penelope, you lost your butterfly. Let's give it back to her. Let's put a pretty Christmas paper in there, flip. Done with that paint. Let's put it back. And some of this I can leave. I don't have to put something between every one. These I can leave because they tell their own story. I think I'll put a red flip in here. Yeah. A brief history of Christmas. I gotta find a good place where I want to put a paper. Maybe those flowers in here. And right now I'm just kind of saying this might be where and I love this picture, and that one can be alone. This one can have a page. Writing a classic. Let's put this in here. Maybe like that. Because then you'll flip it this way. I'll decide that later. And let's grab a sheet like this and put in there. See, it's already getting, by the time I get fabric on these fabric strips on there, this is going to be quite large, but some of it can just be what it is. Let's put a sheet in here. Put that in there. And I could put it like this too. I'll decide when I do it. I'm just going to set it there. Let's do a white sheet. Influences and inspirations. The miser. Let's give him Santa Claus. He needs a little cheering up. The catalyst. The dreamer. The ghosts. Talking about the Christmas Carol, what it's all about. And you know, when I put these pages in here, I might not use the whole page, or I might bend them this way. I'm just sitting them there now. Books are forever. Books are forever. They're pages preserving stories and knowledge for historians and academics and curious readers to pore over. But while their physical form may last, the interpretations of novels like Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol evolve, unveiling new insights and intentions. Penned in 1843, the novella tells the story of Ebenezer Scrooge, a cantankerous old skinflint who despises Christmas and all forms of kindness. On Christmas Eve, he's visited by the ghost of his former business partner, who warns him that he's barreling towards a blank. Oh, he's barreling towards a eternity cursed by the consequences of his greed. You don't want to be cursed by the consequence of your greed. Here's where he gets the Christmas goose. That deserves a flip of some sort in there. some of these really don't need intervening pages because the magazine really tells the story. Let's put a red one here. We'll see how this all comes together for me. I'm not real sure. I actually would like maybe a red one over here too. I might go back and do that. So it's red on both sides. I might use some washi tape on there. This can go by itself. Put a tree in here. And I might just fold it, who knows. And just put it like this for now. And I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just putting it together. Carol on the street. I'm just struck by all these wonderful photographs. This one would go good in here. Again, I might fold it. I may split it in half. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I kind of like color on both sides. I'm going to leave it like that. We got the Muppets. Miss Piggy and the little green frog. Kermit. Talking about let's put the candy striped one in here. Well, it's not too bad so far. We'll see. And this needs a page. Let's give her the plaid. I'll leave that one. I love this one. This one here. And we're getting toward the end here. And I have some extras here that I can tuck in there somewhere. I'll just set them here. So the reason I did all of this now is that I'm going to go out to the sewing machine and start sewing these strips on. But I'm thinking I want some more watercolor pages. And I'm going to have to trim this down a little. I think it fits. Well, no, I'm going to have to trim it a little over here too, I think. No, it'd have to be over here. I'll decide later. So, hold the phone. I also have some tissue paper. Let's open this up and see what I can do with it. If I figure out where to open it. I got this as I think it's dollar store stuff. Could be Menards, but I think it's dollar store. I want the red. Now, let's just grab one sheet. It's a lot of it here. this way. Doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be the full size of the page. I'm experimenting. Oh, got it crooked. No. It's not gonna tear right for me there. Now, do I want it? Put that in there. So I'm going to be stitched in. So I don't really, let's take this out and put this in. I'm going to leave this alone. I'm just playing. I don't know what I'm going to end up with here. We'll find out. What time is it? 7:51, 8 o'clock. I'll probably go until 9. I'm getting tired. I am getting tired. Got all sorts of stuff out yet. Yeah, I got that magazine page in the way. Sometimes it tears good and other times it, don't know if I'm tearing against the grain here, but it doesn't matter if it's raggedy, but that's raggedy. It's kind of cool though. It's a cool raggedy. All right, so we're going to leave this like this. I'm going to put this in here. And I'll save my strips for something. That's all I'm going to do with the red for right now. I'll put this in my scrap bag, I guess. Or make clusters with it or something. Let's see what I've got here. do with that journal. Hold on. It's over here. Ooh, I could put that red and green on her. So this is going to, I'm going to get out some of my Christmas fabric and make my spine. Actually, it fits kind of nice in there. And it can even grow a little. I might not have to split this. However, I wanted to put some more watercolor pages in there. I'll split this one open. And my tape is sticking to the, it came off of the, I'll have to reposition all of this when I sew it. This has to be trimmed. So it'll grow as I write stuff. I might start a Christmas story. Not my own personal story, but a Fib Diggity story. I might write a story because I have plenty of space to do stuff. Maybe make some bobblehead dolls. This is all December stuff, but I want to get it organized here. The thing with putting watercolor pages in there is that I'm going to split up some of those pages and get a couple watercolor pages out. I could do maybe postcards, maybe not full page ones. Let's get 3 out for now. I could cut them and do different things with them. But right now, I'm just going to put them in different places just to have them. Because I don't know what I'm going to do down the line. That's one thing when you're building a journal and you don't know quite where you're going. I'm going to put this one here. And it kind of ends up being, sometimes it's the spontaneity is a good thing. I like this. Sometimes the spontaneity is a good thing and sometimes it's not. Okay, there's one more thing I want to do before I move on, and that's, pull this out. Let's put this at the back with the others. I want to put some of that green. Let's fold this back up however it was. I don't know how it was. This way. This way. Like this. I want some green. I think I had one sheet torn in half. No, I had 2 sheets. Now all I'm doing now is building it. And I'll use it in December. And I might rebuild some things in December because I'm just kind of playing this by ear. I'm kind of playing it by ear. That tablet must have its vibration mode on. It how this will tear. That seemed to tear pretty good. Sometimes I get it the right way and it tears fine. I think it's when I try to tear it this way that it complains. I don't want to tear it that way though. Yes, I do. What did I do here? I tore it that way. Well, I guess it'll go like this. No, it'll go like this. So I'm figuring things out. Tear this. Right here. Yeah, see, that's where it doesn't want to tear. What I do with my scissors. Where'd they run off to? Arf! Get another pair. And I'd like to get some fabric in here too, but that may come at various other places. I wanted to put the green more toward the front. See, I think I'm going to double up on these red pages. And I think I'll stitch them together just a little when I'm stitching, so I have red on both sides. I think that makes more sense to me. It's prettier. And I'll just run a stitch line down there. So let's go. I guess I am. Let's see. I didn't do that here. But that's just pinned in there. Let's take that out. Maybe I'll work on this a little today. I'm just going to put it like that. Grab another one here. Like that. I think I'll put a tissue here. I don't know. This may look different by the time I'm done. We'll see. Because I could, see, I'm wanting to do stuff like this. We're going to lay it flat for now. And these I'm going to leave alone because they're white on both sides. See, I'll put it like that. Could make pockets. I don't see this growing that thick though, but we'll just see what happens. I'm still in the I'm creating mode. I'm still in the I'm thinking about it mode. And this could all change by the time I'm done. And then I have another sheet that I want to tear. Uh-oh, where did this page come from? 97. 97, looks like it's the back page. 97 and 98 are the back pages. I'm gonna put it way at the back here. I'll have to fit it in there. All right. Hold on, Mary's still playing. I hope I'm not boring you guys, but I can't art and chat at the same time. It's impossible. I kind of like the raggedy edges there. I bought 3 spools of red thread when we went to Walmart the other day. So I'm going to stitch these pieces of fabric on with red thread. We'll see how this turns out. I'm not sure how it's all going to turn out in the end. I'm still thinking about things. I'm going to leave the ghost alone there. It's a piece of watercolor. I'm going to put this other green one in here. Alrighty. Alright, I think I'm ready to stop on this for now. And remember that I'm going to have, not the lace, I'm going to have this stuff in there. The lace goes in there somehow, but let's take it off here. I'm going to have all these stripes on the edges of those pages. Isn't this pretty? Ooh, this could almost go on the front. It could almost go on the front. Is that doubled? No. It's got a netting that's doubled over it in here. Isn't that pretty? I wish it were just a little bit longer. It fits widthwise. I don't want to get too much on there. I like this. It fits in there too. Fits better there. I'll have to think about that. But on these, all of these pages, I'm gonna, well, I guess I'll leave it for now. All of these pages are going to have these strips on them. That's what all of this is. So I'm going to try to get that done today. And when I ripped off these strips, you know, when you rip cotton, you get all these stray threads. That's what this is. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. You could go to the base of a Christmas tree. And it's just, I'll put it with my scraps. This is going to all go into my scrap bag. Maybe it'll go into my Wanderlust journal. You could do that. All right. Let's get rid of it, though. That goes over here. Let's see this thread here. All right. This goes out in the other room where my sewing machine is. I'm going to try to work on this today, but I don't know if I can get it done if I want to bring the Christmas tree down. There's a lot to do. All right, hold the phone. I'm talking to myself. Talking to myself here. I'm getting down to my scraps. One of these boxes I put scraps in. Not that one. This one. I put my... Oh, jeez. I put my sack of scraps in here. This is from the cutting of the paper dolls and fabrics, and we're going to put these in here. These are just scraps. Let's go in there. Have a scrap box. Just like I need more scraps. I'm not ready to throw them out, though. All right, hold on. Let me put this stuff back. Otherwise, I'll have a... And this is just a front porch journal I made at one time. I haven't bound it. I think this was a Dirty Dozen I did with Becky, and this is my Wanderlust journal. Those there. And these are things I saved out to go in that journal. All right. Uh-oh. I have some more pages that go in there. I'm going to have to find out what page number they go on. This is page 11. That goes right at the front. What do I do with my journal? Hold on. I don't want my pages out of order, so put these in here. Page 11. I'll probably do some writing on here. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do with all of this. This is 7, 8, 9. So this must go in here. I pulled them out. They go together. Right in there. Now, if I didn't add any more to it, but I'm going to add those fabric strips, so I'm going to have to split this spine. And maybe when I split that spine, I'll figure out how to add that lace. I might layer it. We'll see. All right, Mary's going to come out and look at chat. I've been in my own world again. Let me come out and see what's going on. What are you guys talking about out there? Have I bored you to tears? Live chat. Raul says, hi Cheshire. Hi Dar. Good morning, Dar. My weekend vacay in UK, Raul says. Raul says, hi Kitty Jen. Raul says, I'm back. I just did a walk in amazing London. Yeah, when you live over in Europe, Raul, are you still based out of Spain now? Is that where your home is in Spain? And he's been traveling all around. One time he said he was out on the balcony facing the Eiffel Tower. Brenda says, when Dad was at Fort Meade, Maryland, I did about 25 miles of the trail with the Girl Scouts. It was awesome. Wow. Not overly quiet, though, with a group of 40 or so 12 to 17-year-old girls. Raul saying good morning to everybody. Arlene says, welcome back, Raul. Raul went for a walk in London. How cool is that? Kitty Jen says, oh, I was finding your organizing of the book interesting, Mary. Really, Kitty Jen? Well, I'm not sure how this is all going to turn out. I'm kind of par for the course, though. I never know how stuff is going to turn out. I'm kind of building it as I go. Becky said, my brain is clearly not finding connection today. Becky says they enjoy the solitude of nature. Let's see. Roy, it was Arlene that did the 1800 hours. I'm not sure what we're talking about. The views along the trail look breathtaking. Becky, did you go for a walk? Arlene says, Becky, my late husband and I were hiking the AT when I got sick. What is AT? The AT when I get sick. We completed only 18. Oh, the Appalachian Trail. We only completed 1,800 miles of it. Oh, is that all you got done? 1,800 miles? Sounds like a lot to me. Brenda says, good morning, Jen, Arlene, Dar, Cheshire Caddis, Dar, Becky, Roy, Chris, and others. Good morning, Brenda. Becky says, Scott and I talk about doing that hike, and now we both have bum knees. So that's off the bucket list. The book was an amazing read. She's talking about a book. And we laughed at the movie Funny Bits. Let's see. Guys, see what Becky's talking about. Last night, Scott and I watched A Walk in the Woods on Netflix. We both read the book and were interested in how the movie turned out. The book was so much better. Becky, you told me that movie on Netflix. I got Netflix. I only get it over the holidays, though, because I like to watch holiday movies. But I got it last week, and it was All the Lights That Do Not Shine or something like that. I can't remember the exact title, but I watched the first part of it. So I'm at the part to where he's chasing her. They've been bombed, and she's she's blind, and she's finding her way around the city. And her father's still alive, so that's a good thing. And Becky knows what I'm talking about. So I'm going to finish watching it. Thank you so much for referring that to me. I certainly am enjoying it. And I'm reading back in chat. I'll go down to the bottom in a little bit. Roy says, perfect, Darlene. If you all see Janet Burgess, today is her birthday. Oh, today is Janet Burgess' birthday? Happy birthday, Janet. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Janet Burgess. And I'm off key. Happy birthday to you. Janet is in Canada. So we wish her a very, very happy birthday. I'll message her on Facebook. Arlene says, Roy, I'm gifting to people. Thank you, Becky, for telling us that. Arlene says, Roy, I'm gifting to people outside of my family, Arlene says. I told the kids and grands they better get anything they want now because they will not get another chance. I want people to get joy from my things. Aw, I agree, Arlene. Becky says, we gave all our record albums and record player to music major. Roy says, I've started too, Arlene. I have to figure out, they're talking about giving stuff away. Roy says, right now we are finishing washing and drying my mom's beautiful china, knowing that they will be tossed in a dumpster when we are gone. Oh, Roy. So I'm a bit nostalgic and cynical right now. Well, maybe somebody will dumpster dive and find it and go, what did they put that in here for? I'm taking it home. They'll enjoy it. It probably belonged to somebody's mother, and it was Roy's mother. Arlene says, Roy, that's why I'm giving away so much of my stuff. There will be a minimum to get tossed in the trash. So Arlene's getting rid of it ahead of time. She's saying that they better speak up now or forever hold their peace, because that's going to be their chance. Roy says, I learned somewhere that the language is one of the things that define a culture. So saying me and Fred shows how we put ourselves first in a selfish society. Fred and I shows humility and such. I've read that one someplace too. I still say I probably too much. There are times that it's appropriate to talk about yourself, and there are times that it's kind of narcissistic. So it depends on the situation. Dar says, Roy, one of my pet peeves is when people use inappropriate words like they're there and they are. Yeah. Pretty paper, Christmas paper. I think that was my scrapbook paper. Arlene says, Roy, it's almost painful hearing people talk or reading their comments. I have awful grammar and they make me feel much better about it. Even our language is deteriorating, Roy says. I'm not a grammar nut, but it's sad to hear how our language is changing. Tooken, had went, I seen, these ones, me and Fred instead of Fred and I. Yeah. You know, well, I'm not going to get off on that soapbox. Let's just move on, Meri. Meri's going to put her foot in her mouth if she doesn't stomp on it first and not say, I'm not going there. Arlene says hi to Dar. They're saying hi to Riri. I'm just zooming back in chat here, seeing what I missed. Jen said it was quite funny. He was even trying to go for the turkey when it wasn't cooked yet. What are you talking about, Dar? Who's going for the turkey? This is where Jen came in and said hi. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone I missed. It's finally time to eat something and sit down before going to work. I think Chris is already out the door. I think I'm going to have blueberry bagel, Kitty Jen says, with cream cheese. I had a bagel this morning. I bought these, they got sesame. They're kind of everything bagel. They have sesame seed in them, the little black sesame seeds. I see them more as a savory bagel. I had one of those for breakfast. I'm not going to buy any more of them. I'm going to eat them up, and they're okay, but I'm trying to eat more whole wheat stuff and not so much the white breads. I'm trying to cut down on the breads, the carbs. Becky knows all about the carbs. Let's see. Rory says, I make crochet cones of different sizes and stack them on. Okay, I'm there. Let me go down to the bottom. Let me refresh and go down to the bottom. Becky says, sesame seeds is white. The chia seeds are black. Oh, then they're chia seeds, whatever they are. I'd have to read the package. I thought they were little black sesame seeds. They're little black seeds. But the bagel itself has kind of a savory taste to it, like you would have it more with a lunch rather than, rather than your plain bagels. Dar, I'm sorry I missed you coming in, Rory says. I'm still doing post-Turkey Day hosting chores. The day after is just as hectic as the day before. Arlene says, I haven't had a bagel in years. I was surprised at how much they added sugar, even the non-sweet bagels. Yeah, I'm trying to latch on to the whole wheat ones, but it's kind of, when I go to the store, it's just like Reynolds Wrap. When I go to get wax paper, there are shelves and shelves and shelves. I'm exaggerating that, but there's just stacks and stacks of Reynolds aluminum foil. I don't know why they have to have so much aluminum foil. And way at the bottom, if you hunt for it, you'll find the wax paper. Well, when I go to the bagel aisle, I'll find 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks of cinnamon bagels and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks of blueberry bagels. And then I'll find those savory ones. And I'm going, where are the plain ones? Where are the whole wheat ones? Well, maybe they sold out. I don't know. I do like my bagels. I know that they're probably have a lot of carbs and stuff in them, but I do like them. They fill me up in the morning. I have all the light. Oh, yeah, all the light we cannot see. That's it. I like the book Shell Collector from the same author. I can't remember the last name. Yeah. Yeah, I'm enjoying that. Becky recommended that a week or so ago, and I said, I got to go watch it. But I like to watch a lot of some of the Christmas movies are kind of dorky, but I enjoy them. So, but I'm watching the Scrooge Christmas Carol now on YouTube. It's not on Netflix, or I'm not watching it on Netflix. I'm watching it on YouTube. And I'm to the point where I fell asleep watching it. The ghost of Christmas Past was visiting him. And I fell asleep. Yeah, Becky said, all the light we cannot see. Brenda says, we did a city hike in Annapolis, and that was interesting. Then rode the ferry back to Baltimore. I don't think the ferry still runs between the two. I think she's talking about a past when Dad was in Fort Meade, Maryland. I did about 25 miles off of the trail. I think I've read all that. So I think I'm caught up with you guys. Arlene says, I gotta go. Have a blessed day. Have a really good day, Arlene. Take it easy out there. All right. So it's 8:30. I've got about a half an hour left. Let's, oh, I keep knocking those erasers off. I'm just going to do some more. I got this one folded. Let's do this. No, where is it? I had one folded. I guess I didn't. Maybe I knocked it off. Let's do another couple branches here. I really want to get this stuff done. I don't want to have these unfinished. I got so much. I want to work on my Santa Clauses. I wanted to watercolor out of that book I showed at the beginning. Yeah, I can only do so much in one sitting, huh? Did I get 2 pages there? Yeah, there's 2 pages here. Let's just fold these. And I found a box when I've been straightening up upstairs. I want to get that kind of cleaned up. I want to take some of my stuff sitting in the dining room up there and bring the Christmas tree down. And I found a box that after Christmas that this Christmas tree will fit in so it won't get all wrinkly. Say it pays to save boxes because you never know what you're going to need them for. All right, let's trace on here. So I'm just going to cut leaves or branches for the tree, and maybe tonight I'll start gluing it together. I'd like to get it done. What'll happen for me though is I'll finish this stream and then I'll go out and fall asleep in my recliner, take a nap. That's usually what happens, because when you get up at 4 and you talk for 4 hours, you're done. You're done for a little bit. I could really use some more coffee about now though. I'm trying to limit myself to 2 cups a day, but I have someone I get up at 4, and by 9 o'clock I'm ready for another cup. Maybe I'll drink some orange juice instead. I can have orange juice. I was good yesterday. And what I liked about that restaurant we went to, their desserts were not big and huge, and I mean, you could have as much as you wanted, but they had a lot of small cheesecake and little 50-cent piece, maybe $half piece pecan pies, little bites. So if you took 3 of them, you would have a piece of pie that was different flavors. All right, there's that one. Let's just trace all of these, go assembly line style here. And I think these will be the last big ones that I'm going to do. And then I'm going to do some smaller ones. Now I could erase these lines, but I'll probably put them on the underneath. They're not going to show. I want to get it finished though. We really need to start this stuff in March. But I didn't see it until the magazine came out, so I got an excuse. I'm gonna push that one up. One more here. Oops. To put some more tape on that. It's not holding. Oh! I must have flipped the vibrate on. Every time I get a notification, it buzzes at me. My tablet. So, are you guys getting anything for Black Friday? Is anybody going out today? Are you all staying home? I'm not going out. I might do a little shopping on Amazon. See what they have. I saw some pens on sale, some micron pens. I might get those, but they don't tend to put a lot of, if they put art supplies on sale, I usually see those Artesia paints and watercolors on sale. I think there's a sticker book on sale that of butterflies and bees out there on Amazon. I'm not sure I'm going to get it though, just because it's on sale. Seems I'd like a pair of shoes. I like some loafers, and I can't convince myself to pay that much for them. I didn't get this one very good here. Alrighty. I don't know what I did with that pair of scissors. I must have threw it up here with, here they are. Okay. So I'm just going to cut here first. And I think these will be the last of my big ones. These scissors aren't that comfortable, I have to say. I feel it in there. Uh-oh, what did I do? Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I thought I messed it up. Alrighty. I didn't get all of that. What am I doing here? There. One more. All right, let's go down here and work on the bottom ones. Oops. Went the wrong way. Oh well. But I can't cut that a little bit more in there. Yeah, I'm messing this one up. I can't get one more out of there. Let's just go part way. Woo. Just the lines I'm not really following. I kind of put them there as a guide. And then I kind of cut it the way I want to cut it in the end. That needs to be a little trimmy. Trim off the pointy edge there. I mean, it's a tree. The branches go the way they want to go. All right, let's cut out the center and take a look at it. Well, that's a big cut. I was so impressed when I opened them up. I think they're so pretty. All right, so there's that one. I'm only going to do 3 of them, 3 more big ones. I'll have these paper scraps to pick up off the floor. Oh. Jen says, I haven't seen the Scrooge Christmas Story in years. Oh, it's on YouTube. You should go out and watch it. It's one of the original, probably the actor is probably in that book that I'm reading, that I'm using for that magazine. It's, you know, they have so many versions of it, but it's a well done movie. All right, let's start here. Yeah, I think I want to get the Christmas tree down, which means I need to clean up in the dining room. That's a full day of work. My brother will put it together, but it's me getting it down and getting my stuff out of the dining room. And the dining room really needs to be vacuumed and dusted. That's a full day of work. I'm tired just thinking about it. Probably go take a nap first. All right, I should probably quit here and go do these. Now, I got inspired out of the Somerset holiday issue. There were some paper trees in there. I don't have the magazine right at hand, but I'll show it again sometime. And I thought, man, I could do that with pretty easy. So that's what I'm doing. Now, I like to open these up. I could make, oh, what did I do? I did this again. Shoot. I must fold it the wrong way or something when I do this, because I didn't cut that. I must have folded it the wrong way. Well, that'll go in my journal. Might have to do another one. I didn't cut that. I cut in here, but I don't know why I seem to do that. And it falls apart. This is a fold line. And what I did to do that. I must have cut it. I must have cut it on, I bet I drew it here on this line instead of on the fold. That's what I did. Brenda says, I just got my daughter tucked in. She goes in for 12-hour shift tonight. She came home in yesterday and slept all day. Got up around 6 and all night so she could sleep today and be wide awake tonight. Ah, those midnight shifts. Those, and what did you say, a 12-hour shift? Wow. What time is it? It's 8:42. I do have time to do another one. I messed up that one. I drew it down. Got to be careful. I drew it on the wrong end of the paper. I wasn't even thinking about it when I drew it. Now I'm thinking about it. Be careful that I don't go too far with my scissors. Cut one more here. So today is Friday. So, gosh, I don't even remember who comes on it. Stacy will be on. Stacy Catitude, unless she's got Thanksgiving plans or something. She usually comes on at 9. Barb Owen will be on later this afternoon. I think Shannon, let me get my list out here. Lena comes on. Lena's been doing a painting a day. I think Kathy Arbor's been doing that too, a painting a day. Lena, it's Friday at noon Eastern. Lena's from Denmark. Tomorrow, Chris comes on Saturday, 8 to 9. Stacy Catitude, 10 a.m. Eastern every day. Barb Owen on Friday afternoons at 2 Eastern. And Shannon Art Junkie, 3 p.m. on Friday. So there's streamers going on. Jen says she's making coffee. Brenda says her schedule makes my day interesting. My daughter just got tucked in. She's talking about her daughter working a 12-hour shift, and she says her schedule makes my days interesting. I'm going to have to be quiet while I move furniture. It's like having a big baby with their day and night mixed up. Becky said, I love seeing all Lena's paintings on that tabletop. I didn't get out there to see a lot of what Lena and Kathy are doing. I barely get out to see you anymore, Becky. I want to catch up with you. You streamed yesterday, I think. I want to catch up with Dee Dee. I've been missing her, and I've been missing Janet Nash. But I think Lena's going to be on, well, her schedule says Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern. So you can watch for Lena, watch for Shannon later this afternoon, and Barb Owen. Stacy Catitude. Becky says, Lena shared all the paintings she's done so far. I've got to go see that, Becky. That sounds neat. That sounds really neat. All right, let's see. I've got to get one more out of here. And then those little centers fly off. Come on, open up. I think this is going to be a cool tree because see, I'll alter them. So there's, and I messed up one. So it is 8:48. I probably won't have time to do it now. I'll draw it. I'll draw it. And you know, I should document in that journal the little things that I'm making, like this tree and those Santa Clauses and my wreaths. That's all a part of Christmas. So that should go in my December daily. And if you cook anything special, like Becky's making fruit cakes, I'm trying to stay away from too many sweets, but you gotta have some. I enjoyed those little bite-sized is what they were, desserts at the dinner yesterday, because that way, I think I had 3, but they were just like 3 bites. And I had, it said lemon meringue. It said lemon. It didn't say lemon meringue. It said lemon, and I thought lemon meringue. But when I bit into it, it turned into a pumpkin. My lemon meringue turned into a pumpkin. All right, I gotta be sure I'm drawing this on the right side. And what did I do? I put my pencil back in the... I like lemon meringue pie. My brother and I went out to Perkins one day. We don't have a lot of nice restaurants in the town. We don't, well, we got a bar here in town, but even where we go shopping, they have a Perkins. And they have a Freddy's and Hamburger, and I'm trying to stay away from that stuff. And but we went to, I can get fish at Perkins, and we can get a nice salad. But they sell pies, and they sell it by the slice. Well, you're paying $6 for a slice of pie. But they had a lemon meringue. I should have bought the whole pie. Probably cost me $20-some. Should make my own pie. But I don't, my brother doesn't care for lemon meringue. He might eat it. He likes blueberry and pumpkin. He's got a pumpkin pie in there that he brought home. I think it would be okay for me to have a slice of pumpkin pie. Let's cut this fast. If you eat and are conscious of what you eat, and, just don't gorge yourself. But I had to get myself back into shape here this past week. Last week I was not so good, and boy, I could tell it. It was last weekend. I had those stupid potato chips, and they're too salty, and it really affected me. So I got to remember that I just can't have all the things that I used to enjoy. I'm trying to be good. I was good yesterday. I was really thankful they had salmon on the menu, because I could enjoy my Thanksgiving. I don't care for turkey. They had turkey. I don't really care for it. And they had beef and beef brisket. I don't know what else they had. Turkey, salmon, something else. Another kind of meat. But I'm trying very hard not to eat any more red meat. I could have had the turkey, but I would rather have the salmon. Becky said, I was away folding some clothes. I make mine like Grandma's, always with her lovely shiny yellow filling. Oh, the lemon meringue. Becky said, I hate the lemon meringue pie with the sweetened condensed pale yellow filling. Yeah. She says, I make mine like my grandma did with the lovely shiny yellow filling. Something about I did not. I was away folding clothes. He wrote a book called Down Under. I think she was answering. Was it Dar? Becky, did you see my post about Bill Bryson's book? And she said, I did not. I was away folding clothes. He wrote a book called Down Under. It's about Australia, and it's funny. I think you and Scott would enjoy it. And Becky said she'd look for it. I'm going to get this done, and I've got a few minutes left. I'll get this done, and then I'm going to sign off. Don't forget to watch for Lena and Stacy Catitude. Barb Owen will be on later. Art Junkie is scheduled. And I will be back tonight at 7:30. Maybe I'll work some more on my tree. I'd like to take that thread that I'm so disappointed in and see if I can't make a cone tree with it. I finally found the beginning of it, so I'm kind of disappointed that they would bag that up and seal it. and I kind of feel deceived in a way, because you can't tell me that they did not test that thread before they sold it. And they sold it that for $7. Well, maybe that amount of thread, if it was good thread, would have been worth $7. And that's kind of why I bought it. But when you can just yank on it and pull the thread apart, it's not worth $3. It's not worth $1. And I really felt like they kind of, I don't go to that store much. I really felt kind of cheated. Like I paid $7 for a big old roll of rotten thread. And I don't mind saying that when you've been cheated. You should speak up and say, you cheated me. I'm not going to pay $7 for rotten thread. Well, I did. But I didn't know it was rotten. If they would not have sealed it, I don't mind them putting it out on the shelf and letting us make our decision of whether we want to buy rotten thread or not. But they sealed it. So you wouldn't know until you opened it up that it was not good thread. I was kind of really disappointed that they would do something like that. All right. There we go. There's my last big one, I think. So I think it's time to, let's see, I watercolored today. I started putting my December daily together. What else did I do? I don't even know. I cut trees. That's about all I've done, I think. I want to come out and say goodbye to you guys. Let's just put these, let's just open one of these up for my thumbnail. I want to work on my Santa Clauses. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Oh, I showed you that Christmas book. I'll get that out again tonight too. I want to go through there and maybe watercolor some of the decorations, some of those old decorations. And I'll probably put that in my journal. All right, I'm just going to use this as a thumbnail. Let's come out and say goodbye to you all. I got 3 minutes to tell you all to have a wonderful Friday. I appreciate those of you who've come in and spent a Friday morning with me. You give me a part of your day, and I do appreciate that. I'm going to turn this way. I do appreciate you giving me a part of your day. Jen says, I hope you work on the Santas tonight. I'd like to see how they're coming along. Okay, I will do that. Right now, I just got the cardboard bodies. But Jen, there's a, I think I'm going to use, let me grab this book. There's a I keep saying Battenberg. There's a cotton batting Santa Claus in here, right at the front, if I can get to it. This book is kind of cool. I like this book. I probably will not be tearing this one up. He's here someplace. He's right at the beginning here. Before all of that. Come on, Mary. Toyland. Well, now that I want to find him, but I want to use him as a pattern here. See, there's a cotton batting Santa there, and there's just his face. And I'm just going to use cotton batting, and maybe I'll go out and get some twigs. The other thing I want to do tonight is the hydrangea plants. I want to go out and I want to grab those hydrangea plants and bring them in and do a watercolor with that those Kirtaki graphites. And I got some black-eyed Susans that I'm kind of want to do a fall watercolor tonight. And I might put that in my journal. So, but I want to watercolor some of these Christmas decorations tonight. I think these are cool. It wouldn't take much to do something like this. And this Santa Claus, and there are other things in here. Well, there's a lot of food at the back and stories. There's food and stories at the back of this book. But it's still a pretty neat book. And then I have another book That is all ornaments. Hallmark ornament book. I might get that out tonight. So have a really great Friday. Thank you for coming in and spending the time with me. Don't forget, Lena and I don't know, Pink Girlie. I think she changed her Friday hour. Lena and Stacy Catitude, Barbo, and Shannon Pratt are all on throughout the day. All righty. Have a great day. I'll see you at 7:30 tonight. Bye.